Okay, so maybe you're thinking about getting a brand new 2017 Honda Civic EX. So the non-turboed version is what I'm sitting in. First thing I'm going to show you is your key. So you'll notice that there's a lock, unlock, and then this button right here is for remote start. So if you were buying this car, thinking about buying it, you'd always want to press the lock button first and then the remote start button to fire it up. Obviously, this will affect your temperature, so it'll cool the car off or heat it up, depending on what you're looking for. I'm going to jump down here and explain some details of the car real quick. You do have power windows. You have your auto up, down windows on your driver and passenger side, window locks. I've got my actual locks here, and then, of course, my mirror settings. Up here on the dash, you'll see a button right here. That's my vehicle stability assist. It affects my traction control. It's always on unless you take it off. Jumping up over here, this is on the steering wheel. So the first thing I'll show you is right here. You can drag your finger up and down this to affect the volume, or you can tap it. So kind of a cool feature that Honda added. The I button right here, I'm gonna jump up here and you'll see me, when I press the I button, it's gonna toggle through different screen options I have. So if I wanted my oil life, I could go there. If I wanted to go to what audio I'm listening to, I could go there. And now if I wanna jump around on audio, I can press up or down here and you'll see back there that it'll jump between FM, Sirius XM, AM, whatever it may be that I want or I have hooked up. Back down over here, this is to answer a phone call if somebody calls me via Bluetooth, to hang up a phone call, and my voice commands for call so-and-so, that sort of thing. If I'm connected up through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, or if I'm just really to Bluetooth too, I can press and hold this until I hear the beep for Siri and go that route. I can also use it for OK Google and some different things like that, so just be aware of that. Over here on the right side of your steering wheel is going to be the controls for your cruise control. Sorry, blanking out here. So cruise, you turn on, you'll see it comes on main up there, you'll see it lighten up there, and then it's ready to be set, canceled, or resumed. So that's what's going on there. Over here, if you can see it, my headlights do have an auto function if you want to turn them on. And then on the end of this, you'll notice there's a button right here. So anytime I hit my right blinker on, it'll fire on this camera that shows the right side down my car. I can also press that button and turn it on and off whenever I want without turning the blinker on. So this is cool in the sense that if I heard a motorcycle around me or a bicyclist was somewhere and I'm downtown, I can check and see, oh, he's sitting back there and I couldn't see him. So this way I don't have to look over my shoulder and then the guy in front of me stops and I hit him. So just be aware of that. While I'm aimed at the touchscreen, I'll walk you through a couple things. So from here you can see the audio setup. So I'm going to show you from home how to get there. So let's go to the home button here. First, we'll go through audio. So if I touch audio, I'll show you all the audio options. The source button right here will give me those. That's FM, AM, 90 days of satellite radio is what comes with the car. You do have USBs that you can plug into. Anything with an I will pretty much plug in and play. You do have Bluetooth, Pandora compatibility. I like the Bluetooth simply because it won't lock up the phone if I'm listening to Pandora versus if I use the Pandora app. So be aware of those options too. Jumping down here to info, this is where I can see like my tripometer settings, things like that, if I just want more general info. I mean, you can get to that same info up here if I want it, you know. It just depends on where I prefer to see things like that. So just preference at that point. I guess I gotta put my seatbelt on if I want that info, but I can select this right here. So just be aware of that. It's there and available to you if you want it. Let's see, Honda Link will just let me pull up my VIN, some different things on the vehicle. They're kind of adding to that as we go. So right now it doesn't offer a whole lot, so just be aware of it. The phone, this is where I'd get to my Bluetooth. If I want to receive a phone call, go through my phone book, anything like that. This one hasn't been set up yet. I'll quickly show you how to do that. I would just go to settings. Oops, if I touch it, and then I would select Bluetooth/Wi-Fi, and then I would touch Bluetooth device list, and then it would be add a Bluetooth device. And then from here, it would prompt me to make sure my Bluetooth is on my phone. So this is how you connect up a phone in case you've already bought the car. So just be aware of that. Next up is settings. So if you went through a personalized settings worksheet, if you already bought the car, or if you're thinking about buying it, here's some cool settings. I'm gonna slide down here to my door and window. So this is where I can set up my auto door locks. If I want it, right now the default is where if I hit 10 miles an hour, it'll lock all the doors in the car. So I can change those options. Jump back to auto door unlock. This is where I can change it from the default, which is when I open the driver's side door, it'll open all the remaining. I like to change that to when I shift to park. That way, if it takes me a minute to get my stuff together, the other people can get out of the car. They don't have to unlock their door, then get out. So just be aware of that too. And then there's some lighting setups and different other setups you can get to. They're in the vehicle settings, so just be aware of that. And then obviously all your settings of the car right there. So that's a general rundown of the touchscreen. Once I've connected up to the USB down there, which you can see the one with the phone on it, that's what would allow me to pull up either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then from there, it's just as simple. If you have Android Auto, you download the app. If you have Apple CarPlay, just plug it in and it'll show up and it'll look, you'll be able to touch this and it'll look just like the screen. Down here, 3 most commonly asked buttons. Brake hold, gotta have my seatbelt on to use this one, but once I do and I'm driving, when I come to a complete stop, if I have this button on, it'll hold the brake for me while I'm in drive, so just be aware of that. So if I'm in stop and go traffic, it's kind of a nice convenience feature. Parking brake, to use it, I always gotta have my foot on the brake. To set it, I lift up, To release it, I'm going to press down. But I always got to have my foot on the brake to do this, so just be aware of that. Over here is the Econ button. Econ button will improve gas mileage of the car. How it works is you will turn this on. You'll see a green leaf come on up there in your steering wheel column. It will improve the gas mileage by shutting down some of the electrical systems in the front end of the car. However, it's going to dim some things. So the things you would notice as a driver or passenger would be, one, your AC isn't going to blow quite as hard, and your accelerator, if you take off, isn't going to go quite as fast. When I jump over here to your center console, just so you can see it, it is sliding right here. I do have another USB down in there, and you'll notice this does also slide forward, and if I want to open it, I got to slide all the way back, and then it pops open for me too. And I have more like a storage for change and things like that. Other than that, this is an EX model, so it's going to come with a moonroof up here that I can open and close, which I'm not going to do because it's like 110 out right now. You do have tweeters up here. You've got speakers down here, and then speakers in the very back. I don't know if I can get that. Hopefully I did. Other than that, if you have any questions about the car, feel free to comment on the YouTube video. Shoot me an email or text. My email is the letter J, then my last name, F-U-L-L-E-R. That's jfuller@howdyhonda.com. Or you can call me at 512-443-4300 and ask for Justin. Thank you much.